And we're back. So we will get started in a second. I'm still finishing up on a snacky snack. So if you missed our first stream this evening, we basically knocked out Killmonger. And I'm real pleased with the way he came out. He, MCU version. Let's see. Got his eyes. It's kind of looking weird, but doesn't look like that in real life. I don't know what's going on. I think there's a glare on his face, but we got his scars done. So cool. When I was looking, I realized we have another mini that we worked on a month ago that we hadn't finished up yet. So we can work on old Zemo here. What am I doing? Sorry. I'm gonna snack. So we got Zemo, Vision, Black Widow, and Doctor Strange. I feel like Doctor Strange is a big deal project. So I think we'll try to finish up Zemo and look at Black Widow or Vision. Let me finish my last little muffin for my snack. And we will go. But yeah. So go Zemo. I mean, he's probably getting close to being done. Figure out his boots. Maybe lighten up his fur a little bit. Lighten up the purple. Figure out, well, I can't remember. Are his belts and boots black or brown? Let's take a look while we're doing this. So not knock our camera all over the place. Zemo Falcon. Images. Of course, the first one's a picture of him dancing. Here we go. All right, so I know they had more of a gray. So, okay. You got to stop talking about printing stuff, though, on my streams. Just saying. Since I am technically representing a store that sells stuff. You're killing me, sucker. All right. So it looks like that's a toy, but that's going to be fairly accurate, I think. Maybe. Interesting. All right, so I guess we'll go with black. All right, I'm going to take my last couple bites. I'm going to fix my camera. All right. So, let's start with a rock. All righty. I'm using Rhinox hide. I like to do that as the undercoat for Rock, for his tactical. He has a honest to goodness tactical rock. I feel like I kind of need to go back in time, find the old stream, and figure out what my thought process was when I was painting him the first time, or the first, when we were first painting him. So I don't know where I'm continuing and picking up from where I left off. All right, and then let's go ahead and let's look at his. So we do have a little bit of the highlights on his purples. So yeah, let's go ahead and get our retributor out. And gently, carefully, since he does have this little crown thingy, definitely going to want to dull it down. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go back and clean up that purple. My brush ended up splaying out on me a little. Oh my gosh. I'm messing all kinds of things up now. And I jacked that all up trying to get him crowned out. Oh well. All right, so let me find. Where is it? That's blue. That's the dark purple. Where's my light purple? There it is. My Xerius purple. Let's bring that back. What is going on? I feel like things moved while I was doing other things. All right, so let's just bring that up into here. Here we go. And we have his crown or whatever cleaned up a little bit, but we're definitely going to want to hit it with some Earthshade. Or even, we'll say Flesh Shade. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and get our lead belcher out. Actually, you know what? Where did my retributor go? There it is. Something I forgot. Let's go ahead and tie in the retributor to his sword. And all right. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and just do it. Let's tie it all in. Maybe it won't be too gaudy. There we go. May as well, right? If he's going to have some gold, might as well have a bunch of gold. All right, so let's go ahead and get our flesh shade ready. You know what? Before I do that, let's go ahead and... What's going on there? Weird. All right, so we get our lead belcher. Get the dry brush ready. Let's go ahead and be careful. I want to care. This sword is... I don't want it to break. And it is a thin sword, so...
It's my girlfriend. David, like these.
Carefully. Not having a little dark in there. It's going to give it some nice depth, so that's fun. Looks like I need to go back with my darker purple and get his gloves again. So that's the Nagarothonite. Just to cover up where the dry brush had gone a little crazy on his hand, it looks like. Covers that up nicely. We'll get this other hand as well. All right, now let's go ahead and get the flesh shade going. And this I don't want to go crazy like I did on Killmonger, right? We're really just I'm not even worried about the crown part. I just want these pieces dulled. And obviously his belt buckle. Needs a little dampening. And his pommel and hilt, or it should say cross guard. There. Just sort of make it not be super duper shiny. See if we can do this one again. And we're going to let that calm it down a little bit. All right. While that's drying, go ahead and pull out this brush and get all our good Eschen gray going. Actually, before we Eschen gray, let's go ahead and get the black and clean up where we want, where we're going to have black spots. So let's go ahead and look at his bracers. Because obviously that, oh, this thing moved. I know I moved it, but I didn't think I moved it that far upwards. So we're going to get these bracers from where the airbrush or dry brushing went a little overboard. And then same here. That's a lot. All right. We'll double check his boots and belt now. Actually, let's go ahead and get down in these grates where some of the primer didn't get. While we're here, we can definitely coat some over the boots a little. Oh, sorry. My hand just decided to take out the camera. Let's go ahead and brush some black on there. Right, that's good. We're going to have to do some form of buckles when we're done. Maybe we'll do those in gold as well. All right, let's cover his belt. And let's also, how's it look back here? That's not bad. It's got some elbow pads. We'll go ahead and just yes, I know. Hopefully I fixed that now. All right, now let's get these straps. I think what happened, I think I did really knock it for a loop. earlier. So I'm having to paint so much far forward. There we go. That's more where I'm normally used to. Thanks, Silver. All right. All right. I feel like I want to do all those buckles gold too, just because he's, better than Zemo. But first, let's go ahead and pull our Eshin Gray. And up to the grate, up to the rock, and up to his boot. And there. All right. So while we did that, we can clean that brush and do some quick highlights with boots, gloves, and stuff, or not gloves, but bracers. So let's just quick get a highlight there, right there. Let's do some around the top here. A little bit on the belt. I'm not going crazy on this one. I'm probably never going to use him. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's put up Eshin Gray for a minute. Here's our MTG bot buddy. Let's go ahead and what I could do. That could be interesting. All right, so we're gonna get our lead belcher back out. And I'm going to go I'm gonna max that one all the way up. Boop. Boop. And boop. And we're gonna drop it because for some reason our hands aren't working again. Let's go ahead and get these buckles. And then, part of me wants to. Bye, Brent. I don't know why. I just feel like that needed to be. Maybe imply that these are pieces of armor over his thing. I don't know. Kind of just having fun. Like I said, other than Falcon Winter Soldier and Age of Ultron, I know nothing about Zemo. So he gets some silver filigree on his boots. Oh, that didn't sound good. All right, we're going to get a little bit of silver lead belcher on our dry brush. Let's see if we can get this great real quick. Actually, got the grate a little too much. Got it in the depths, which is not a good idea, but it's okay. Maybe we'll fix it. All right, so basically we have to dry brush the rest of his base, and you know what? I'm gonna call Zemo done. So once we're finished with his base, so while I wait for a dry brush to prepare, let us go to. Let's look at Vision. Let me check. We've got like 14 messages. Okay. So we need a good picture of Vision. So Vision. MCU. Right, images. Yeah, see this is kind of painful. So all those reds and greens just blend together for me. Although and that emerald cloak might be close to that if we lightened up even more with say Starsnick green and then put the Immunitorum green on it. I don't know. But we're gonna have fun finding out. So we need to start with wall flesh. There, actually, we can do wall flesh. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, this is the worst. He is the worst character for a colorblind person to paint ever, I think.
Who?
Vision.
Oh.
MCU version Vision.
Crystal colors.
Yeah. That's all that are all the same shade. That's where it's killing me. But my bloodline's not weak, so here we go. He does have a green cape, right? Yeah.
Yo,
I thought it was like the inside was red and
that's yellow.
It's yellow?
well, that's in the comics. It's yellow.
I mean, that's not green? I hate him. I hate him. I hate him, Precious. That's not green?
No. No. It's yellow. So red face, hands, boots are red, and there's some like red lines coming down his side here. His entire body is green. It's got little crown hairs green, but all of this, his entire cape is like gold yellow.
Okay. All right. So I will turn around and paint his body green. That is a weird green.
It's like a real dark green.
It's like it almost looks magenta to me. That's what makes this really hard. That's why I hate him, Precious. That's why I've been putting this off for so long.
Yeah, no, he is.
All right. So yikes. Like now I'm just grumpy. Like now I don't even want to paint him.
WandaVision vision where he's all white.
That's such. I mean, I've seen it. Greg, isn't that what you did?
I haven't painted it
Or was it Wes then?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. Nope, he can wait. Black Widow, it is.
Flesh tone and hair.
Flesh tone and hair, already primed black and done.
Right. I mean, I'm sure you would like. You'll try to make like it actually look like there's shading and stuff to black. But oh wait, sorry. Yellow belt.
I'm looking up Black Widow MCU.
Now you have to choose. Do you want the brunette, the redhead, or the blonde?
I have 2 Black Widows, so we can do different ones. So with her hair at that length, Yeah, it'd probably be red. So I'm gonna do the hair I did when I did the what did I start with? Oh, I started with Doom Bowl. Where did I put it? There it is. I ain't trying to paint more white than I need to, Silver. Come on. I want to paint Vision white. I'd rather him have 3 green swipes on him than paint white when I don't have to paint white. And besides, like I said, I got a second Black Widow. May do that. I don't know. If I get a Yelena, we may at some point. Alrighty. Now I need Cadian. Where's my Cadian? Not Cadian. I need my Bugman's Glow. There's no Bugman's Glow. Right. And her face. Alrighty. So we are gonna do something Greg suggested. Let's see how many different shades of black we can put on here. But no, but in a simple way.
I think that's great.
But in a very simple way. So what we'll do first is we're gonna get a dry brush, maybe. All right, then we're going to get our Eshin. Because there's not a whole lot to Black Widow. So we're going to get our Eshin Gray and prepare it for the dry brushing. And let's just smack it on. And not to be crass, but definitely get the parts that are going to catch the light the most. All right. So that lightens that up. All right. Let's set that aside. Let's check our second dry brush, see if it's dry enough. Probably could be with a little one of these. I think this dry brush is, I think tonight is this dry brush is last night. I don't think it's lasting past tonight. All right, now we're gonna get Dawnstone. We can close our Eshin Gray, but we're gonna set it there because we're gonna need it for the base in a second. Close our Dawnstone back up. Okay, and here we're not going to worry about any of the under things. We're going to just do the top parts. That is a little heavy-handed, so let's dry it a little bit more off. Okay, and then all right, hit the lighter spots that the light's going to hit. All right, and then use a not dry brush, but an already crappy brush. Let's make sure it's nice and dry. And we are going to go ahead and use Gray Sear. I don't think we need to do Dawnstone, but we'll go Gray Seer. Or not Dawnstone, Ultimate. It's probably a little too light. Let's use some Gray Seer. Just get a little bit on here. Just a little bit of a softer brush, so all right. And now let's go crazy. Doing what we used to do with, or we've done in the past with coloring. Let's see if it'll work with the blacks. And use the Null Oil to bring it all back down. And so we want to pretty much liberally apply Null Oil. We don't want to go crazy. I mean, we don't want it to get where it doesn't need to be, but we're not skimping. We're not scrimping. All right. So we'll probably do 4 or 5 coats as long as it's retaining its, as long as it retains the different shades. All right, so we're going to let that dry for a little while. We let that dry. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and while that starts, let's go ahead and get our flesh shade out. Pop it open so all this can dry at the same time. Let's go ahead and get the flesh shade. In the face and hands. All right, so now we're going to let her dry for a little bit. And let's pull Zemo back out. Of course, the only thing I really have left to do on Zemo is dry brushing stuff, which I just used extra ones. So let's hold him off to the side. You know what? Let's go ahead and pull our Esh and Gray back out. Nope, I don't want that brush. Doesn't look like we got too much Null Oil on the base. A little bit on the shoe, but if we're careful, just skirt the shoe. Looks like she's drying pretty quick. That's nice. Man, I got Esh and Gray all over her boot somehow. I missed that. Dang. Okay. All right. All right. So while we're waiting on her to dry, and we're waiting on our dry brushes to dry, oof. I don't know how to. I wonder. I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work. I may be way off base, but let's. What are we doing here if not playing around and experimenting, right? So I'm gonna pull out my Everland Sunset. Did I not just get another Everland Sunset, or is this thing chunky already? Ooh, wait a minute. No, I have an idea. It doesn't require that. Let's start with this. We're gonna start with Deathclaw Brown. And I don't know. Again, I'm playing around. We're gonna experiment with something. We're gonna see if it works. Let's pull this jerk back out. Don't worry, I have a plan. It might not be a good plan, but I have a plan. Oh, this is really hard to get in the inside of. I hope this works. Well, that's not going to work on his face, though, like we just got it on. All right. All right, so we're going to let that dry for a minute. Go back to something that hopefully is working, as opposed to something that we're just making up as we go along. All right, so let's get our Nuln Oil back out. Go ahead and do a shaky shake and get our widow. She's still got some drying in spaces, but the majority of her is dry, so let's do another coat. All right. Yeah, that's going to work out nice. Okay, so let's check our dry brushes, see if they've had enough time bleeding the moisture out. All right, so I'm going to get some pallid witch flesh. Use a little bit of that. And that's what we're going to go back to Zemo's Rock over the fur. What I use? Rhinox hide. All right, so got that done. And let's check our other one, because while we're here, okay, now we're going to use the gray sear again. And we may as well tackle all right, so let's go ahead and Oh, this brush gotta go. Last leg.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check.
All right, and since we're here, let's go ahead and get her base.
Oh, you're doing multiple people.
Yeah. As well. Because she's not that hard. Not if I primed her black, which I did. Is Black Widow.
Primer black, that's half it done.
Exactly. Ooh, why is that wet there?
Hi, viewers.
Trevor says hi because you can hear him, so but may not know who it was.
I don't know who else is viewing, so.
I don't either.
But you got 3 of them.
I do. All right. All right. All right. So base is done. We're gonna let her finish her last wash, finish drying. Zemo just needs a clean and he's done. So we'll do that next. Get Zemo out of the way.
Zemo, Widow, Vision, Strange.
Yeah, but Vision can go hard boil a bunch of eggs and then suck on them with his colors. So I'm trying something with him. Strange we're not messing with because that's more than it would have been more.
He's a knight by himself.
Yeah, and then of course first half we did Killmonger. So
you're a crazy person.
Yeah,
Looks good.
Thanks. All right, so get our black. Clean up Zemo's base. I grabbed the wrong brush, but that's okay.
Do you want these to appear on the trays?
What are they? If they weren't because they were drying.
Fair enough.
But yes, they need to go next to Magneto.
Where's your Magneto?
He's on the bottom, or the
No, I see him.
Technically the bottom shelf.
Yep, he's back here in the back.
All right. All right, so let that dry for a second. Pull out our storm shield and a big fat brush. And let's seal him up. Fair enough. See you tomorrow at the party. Oh, I remember something I need to go back and fix on him, but that's okay. I can do that in a minute. There's that spot in his grate that needs to be darkened. All right, so Zemo's basically done. We're going to set him off to the side. At least we finished another one, even though we started him a while ago. All right, now I'm going to do something dumb. Do I have a, well, no, if I have a dry brush, I don't want to waste it doing something dumb on vision. So let's see what I got here. I'm going to now use Wazdaka Red. We're going to start making Widow's hair red. So, Wazdaka Red. This is what we did for Wanda the other day, so I kind of like this recipe. So get a little of this. Let's wipe it all off. And not put my arm in the wet paint. That'd be fun. There we go. So that gives it that nice red, but with that sort of undertone. All right. So let's clean that brush off quick. All right. I don't think we need another. Let's tell you what. While I'm just thinking about it, let me get Kislev. That's next for that. That's what I need. So I'm gonna get the Cadian flesh tone. All right. That's weird. There's a weird disconnect somewhere in there. just to fix that. Anyway, let's finish up her hand. Gently draw across. Try to keep the lines of her fingers, just like that. Punchy punch. Or shooty shoot her little tasers. Thumb, the important part here, and the tips of her fingers. All right, so see, there's that weird neck thing. I don't know what's going on with that. So we're gonna close up the Cadian. I'm gonna get out my Abaddon just to try to fix that real quick. Well, I have Abaddon, so let's see what we can do here. Part of her. There we go. Yeah, that makes a little more sense. There we go. Okay, and definitely have to fix her feet, where I dry brushed and painted all over. So and then a little bit on the other foot, make sure we aren't getting the base just sort of, melding into her foot. And there we go. A little bit of her toe. Take a look at on this side. Cover it. All right. And haha. I didn't forget this time. I'm going to take a very little bit, get it on the tip of the brush, run over here, and get in the inside of this grate, and this grate, and this grate, because apparently I over dry brushed. Okay, so Zemo's done. Yay. Black Widow, just about done. We've got about 15 minutes. Let's see if we can knock her out in 15 minutes. So let's see if we have a handy dry brush, or at least one we can make ready. Good enough. And then we're going to use our Jokero orange. I'm going to try to mildly use this to highlight her hair. too crazy, right? So. Yeah. She's got some red hair. It's not a scarlet, but it's definitely not just red. You know what I mean? It's a red hair tone. I like it. Okay, so now I do need red. In fact, I'm just going to jump to Evil Sons. Hey, Brian. Hello again. All right, so she's got. We'll just get her belt buckle, a little red on the inside so it shows the black hourglass. Just like that. All right, and then we're going to get our retributor, if I can find it. And hey, buddy. I'm going to finish up her belt, and she's got all these discs.
Fair enough.
All right, so we got her belt done. Should probably do that silver. It's a zipper. So let's put that up. Now that I think about it. All right. Let's do a little snap there. And honestly, we don't have to do much more for her. I would like to, well, two things. First, let's get a Kislev flesh. Let's okay. Let's do a little bit on her hands. Here we go. All right. And then I don't even need to, because I was careful enough, I can just get the white for her eyes.
This place is already missing stuff. Probably underneath the table.
Well, hers went much easier than Killmonger's. She's angry, and she's got eyes, so that's good. And let's clean up her base, and I think we're done with Black Widow. I mean, honestly, she wasn't. Like I said, she wasn't that rough to do because we primed her black, so that made it a lot easier. And we do have many different shades of black because we did all the different dry brushes leading up to it, so there is shading on it. Let's see, we can see the folds in it. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how she came out. Let's clean this up, and I do want to do one little thing since we'll have a few minutes. But first, let's go ahead and definitely. I guess, you know what I should paint tomorrow? I should paint Hawkeye. Let's finish the rest of the OG MCU Avengers. I mean, I think Hawkeye might be the only one I don't have done now. Now that Black Widow's done. So I got Thor's painted, Cap is painted, Iron Man is painted, Hulk is painted, Black Widow and Thor. Or Black Widow and Hawkeye. That's pretty much it from the first movie. So I now have a plan for tomorrow. Good old Hawkeye. Which is good because, we got the Hawkeye show coming out next month. I'm ready for that. Okay, so now I want to do a little bit of this. I'm going to get some Techless Blue. I'm going to put it right here as if it's shooting, and back a little bit. Just to really emphasize that it's shooting. And then I'm going to use Baharoth Blue. To lighten it up a little bit. And then I'm going to use White Scar as a final dot, just to give it a little, as she shoots her little taser. And there we go. Let's take a final look, see if she's ready to be sealed. Oh, wow, that actually pops up real good on that screen. That's cool. So, yeah, I'm pleased. I mean, she was really easy to do, but I'm pleased with the way, she doesn't look like she was just super lazily done. So let's get our big fat brush. That has not had time to dry off. All right, then we go get our storm shield. And let's give it a. Now I forget I neglected to paint the curb white or yellow, but that's something I can do after this step. It's not important. Alrighty. Make sure we don't have any of it pooling anywhere. And man, yeah, that really pops on that screen. I like it. All right, so we are about out of time. Not horrible. We did a good job. We did. All right, so we actually finished 3 MCU characters tonight. The first half tonight, we worked on Killmonger. Got him finished up, including all of his scarring. That sucked, but it looks cool. It was worth it. And then we finished up Zemo. Now we had started Zemo, I'd say a month or so ago, so we got him finished up, and we start to finish. Not that it was that hard. Oh, she's still a little sticky. Black Widow, even with a little. So I'm pleased and happy with the way we worked out. Don't forget, tomorrow from 6 to 9 we have the paint party. So if you've got your setup at home, got a camera, got a mic, and want to paint with us, you are always more than welcome. So hopefully we will see you tomorrow. And yeah. So anyway, remember, Gamers and Geeks, it's not just a game store, it's a gaming community. And oh my goodness, you can see I rolled a 1 and a 6. But they're upside down. Alrighty. Anyway, that's all I've got for you tonight. I appreciate you being with me. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.